Ciao tutti.
Bentornati.
Roma Club Philadelphia. I'm Gigio.
Peter.
Wow, Pete. What an end to last season. I know that the transfer market opened up a little early this season. Were you all into it right away?
Unfortunately, yes. In the days of the internet and social media, it's exhausting. People start talking about the summer transfer window come February 1st.
Yeah.
So come June 30th, when things heat up, you're already sick. But we've had an incredible transfer window.
Yeah,
the best since
patient.
year 2000.
Took a lot of patience because nothing was happening at first.
Well, I mean, that's the issue, Gigio. It's not that nothing was happening at first. It's that we've been talking about it since February, when it really doesn't start until July 1st.
Right.
So we were already frustrated.
Day after the Conference League final, people were like, what's happening? Where are the moves? What's going on?
Well, now we have some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could play a little devil's advocate.
Yeah.
You tell me, the good things about the acquisitions, and I'll tell you what I think can go wrong.
If you want to go down each guy.
Yeah, well, there's only 5 or so.
All right.
I'll handle Miles Vilar because unless you have nothing to do like me, you don't know who he is. He's a young prospect. He's 20, 21 years old. To take a page out of Gigio's book, he's the youngest player to ever stop a penalty in the Champions League, which he did at maybe 16 or 17 years old. He had a couple gaffes after that and has been on Benfica's B team since then, so he's completely unproven. We don't know anything about him, but he's coming in to replace Daniel Fusato, who also had no experience whatsoever. If things go according to plan and Rui stays healthy, we'll only see him in, maybe a handful of meaningless cup games. So I think that's a no vote for Miles Vilar.
No vote.
I mean, we don't know. I can't talk about a player I've never seen before. This summer, he had some nice stops. He had a couple errors, but that's summer football. I wouldn't be... All right.
Look, Tanny didn't score any goals, right?
No, he did not.
So, I mean, you can't, he had 25 last year, so.
All right.
So, we'll go right to the big one. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Pablo Dybala.
You go first. Why is he a good pickup?
One, he's free.
That's a big one, isn't it?
He's a champion, right?
5 titles at Juve at least.
Right.
Starter on the Argentine national team.
Yeah. I mean, he will bring that gravitas to the team.
He already has.
Yeah.
10,000 people for his presentation. And what I really liked about that, and I know we want to talk, more substantive, but that made the rounds of the worldwide media. They were talking about that in Argentina, on ESPN, in Italy, obviously, all over Europe. That made the rounds, and that was really, a masterclass in marketing.
The world is finally seeing Roma supporters in the light that they've always should be seen. Yeah. And it really shines a great light on the team because I think other players will be like, wow, you know what, that does look like a great place to play because it could be stressful. I mean, seeing Paulo Dybala's eyes when he saw all those fans in Lower, I was like, ooh. In his mind, he must be thinking, what did I do? I mean, what did I sign up for? He's like, but the pressure's on now. It's not like he's going to Salernitana to play. It's no vacation.
The presentation game against Shakhtar, you see his face when everyone was singing Roma, Roma, Roma. He had never seen something like that before. So yeah, the pluses are obviously he's what we call a 40 class. He'll bring goals, he'll bring assists. The questions were the same questions we were asking when it looked...
In practice, I mean, he is going to raise everybody's game too. I mean, who knows what he's going to show Zaniolo, them two together in practice could get heated, I think.
We saw a little bit of that at that first goal against Shakhtar.
Yeah.
Dybala, Zaniolo, Tammy, Dybala, Pellegrini goal. All one touch. It was if you haven't seen the highlights yet, go check them out on YouTube. It's quite fantastic. The knock on Dybala is what we were saying when it looked like he was going to Inter or United. He's been hurt a lot. A lot. Some people say that might be, because he was unhappy in Turin, and I know we look at things holistically now.
Right.
But, it is a big question mark. But to kind of offset that, it's a 3-year deal, and he's being paid very, very reasonable wages. For someone who was asking for $9 million net, he walked away with $4.5 million net, with bonuses up to 6.
I think I read somewhere that after Roma unloads some of these other players that they have to get rid of within the next 2 weeks, that the payroll will be lower this year than last
Yeah,
year.
it's really incredible. We're getting rid of all the Zuberi. Hopefully, will happen. Unfortunately, guys like VR and
We're
Perez.
still dealing with some munchy garbage too, right?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Yawara.
I mean, I was looking at the transfer list. I saw like Olsen's loaned out still.
No. Lawson was permanent. Yeah. Amazingly, Aston Villa decided to make it a permanent loan. Yeah. So he's off the payroll,
Right.
but beyond Koric, Diawara, Clivert, they're still
Clivert going to Fulham. I saw maybe.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Next on the list, who do we have, G?
Windham.
Windham?
I can't say
Where
it.
is your Dutch? Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum. Genie Wijnaldum.
I can't say it. Windham.
You know, we both had some questions when he was
Say it
first
again.
rooted.
Say it again.
Wijnaldum.
No, yeah. Wijnaldum. All right.
He's half Dutch and he doesn't know. It's Genie Wijnaldum. You know, Jurgen Klopp defined him the perfect midfielder. I know you were concerned coming off an off year at PSG if he's just here on vacation.
Yeah.
I think Mourinho's our guarantee. You're not coming to enjoy your retirement playing under Jose Mourinho. I'm excited. I think I'm even more excited about him than I am about Paulo Dybala, because I see him, you know, playing 35 out of 38 league games, playing just about every game in Europe in the Coppa Italia, and he's a guy that can give you 95 minutes box to box. He's a high class Nangolan, we can say.
Oh, all right. What can we say about Matic on the free?
My concern is, and it's not age discrimination, I'm very, very, very concerned about a 34-year-old midfielder.
Yeah.
That being said, you saw the difference he made against Shakhtar. It's that filter we haven't had since De Rossi and Strootman.
Right.
He is just a very experienced and intelligent player, and putting him in front of the defense is going to help the three in the back so much, because again, he's just that filter. Everything's going to come through him, and even if he's, you know, running at 2 miles per hour, he's in the right place in the right time.
Seems to be this balance that Mourinho's putting together with the youth and veterans, right?
Absolutely, and I think in midfield we're going to see, well, one, a 3-man rotation between Gini, Matic, and Cristante, with Bove being the 4th wheel. But more than that, and Mourinho's done this against Tottenham and Shakhtar, moving Pellegrini into the midfield slot to allow Zaniolo and Dybala to play behind Tammy. And I don't know if that's something we can do all year long, because neither Zaniolo nor Dybala do much defending. But to be able to put the fabulous 4 on the pitch at the same time, it's hell of exciting.
There's one thing I'd like to talk about that is never talked about. It's depth.
That's what
And
Mourinho
now-
complained about all last year.
Now, we're with this last signing that's coming in, Belotti, we have a little depth.
Knock on wood, Belotti,
Right.
he's not here yet.
Not here.
But the bench for Salernitana should be Kumbulla, who Mourinho resuscitated at the end of the year. One between Spinazzola and Zaleski. One between Karsdorp and Celik. Cristante, El Shaarawy, and Belotti.
Yeah.
Those are, 6 potential starters that are going to be on our bench. But we have one more acquisition, G. I know it's a guy you've been wanting to talk about. Mehmet Zekicelik. Come on. I know you've been excited all summer.
I have nothing to say.
All right. He is a very solid right wing back. Turkish national, was part of the Lille team that upset PSG 2 years ago to win Ligue 1 in very Leicester City style. I don't know much about him. He's supposed to defend more than attack. Mourinho seems to be happy with him, and he's supposed to challenge Karsdorp for the spot,
Wow.
as opposed to having Brian Reynolds or Maitland-Niles backing him up. So
Ryan Reynolds is loaned out again.
He is in Belgium at Westerlo.
Yeah. So we have Mkhitaryan's out.
Look what you
Reynolds
missed,
out.
buddy.
Villar's out. Carlos Perez, I saw, is out. Veritu's out. Now Shumo probably out.
Shomiu is either Bologna or going to go meet up with Bruno Perez in Turkey. We'll see. We both liked him last year. I didn't think he played that bad this past year.
It's all right.
Mourinho does not like him.
I'll take Belotti over him.
I know you've had your eye on Belotti for a couple of years now, so yeah. Belotti's someone who scored
When this
100 goals.
when this season is over, I mean, I think that there will be a lot of stars on this team, but there will be like a fan favorite, and it's going to be Belotti. I think.
We'll see. We'll see.
But one of the transfer moves, that thank God did not happen, got blocked today, which was the Zaniolo to Tottenham move. When Mourinho
I'm
said,
going to walk out of here, G.
Mourinho said absolutely no.
We're in
Right.
America. We know something about fake news. Tottenham was interested in him. There was no deal for him going to Tottenham. I can guarantee it.
I hope so.
There have been several newspapers up north and a well-known Lazio radio person that have been pushing Zaniolo first to Juve, then to Milan, then back to Juve, and now to Tottenham. If they really had a deal in place for Zaniolo to Tottenham last Thursday, why did he start on Sunday? They're doing it to sell papers. Now watch tomorrow, he's gone. But I am 100% convinced it's
No
fake
way.
news.
I think that Roma will at least. I think he's going to stay at least another 3 years. Because you have to remember, he's 23 years old. He's still like.
He lost about 10 pounds. I think he's
Yeah.
noticed that. He
Slimmer.
was
I
devastating
mean,
against
3
Shakhtar.
years, he'll be in his prime. Hopefully, we'll have 2 Scudettos under our belt. All right,
Mhm.
we'll sell him now. That's fine. We'll make 100 mil.
You know,
Get someone else.
in the early in the summer, he clearly wanted to go to Juve.
Yeah.
And whether it was Mourinho that talked him out of it, or Pinto and Uncle Dan putting him in his place, or that talk he had with Pellegrini in Portugal, you know, his attitude's changed. We haven't heard from Mourinho, but the reports are he's the first one to practice every day. He's the last one to leave.
I like it.
We saw him dancing in the
Yeah.
locker room and in
The
the
attitude looks good. Yeah.
tunnel. Yeah, everything looks good.
I mean,
Zaniolo stays
Honestly, why would you want to leave this project now? It's the best looking project in Syria.
by a lot.
Everyone's talking about
By a lot. Next year we're going to have the Champions League money. We're going to have the Adidas money. We're going to have the Toyota money.
it. So I looked at the first 5 games. I feel like
5-0.
when you look at the end of the season, you always look back at the beginning to see points that are lost. And I believe if everything goes right, you could be looking at potential 15 points. You have Salernitana, Cremonese, Juventus, Monza, and Udinese. Toughest out of those 5 is Juventus, and they're missing some key
And
players.
they're going to be without Pogba.
Yeah, no
I
Pogba.
think McKennie's out too.
Yeah.
Chesney might miss it. But yeah, it's they're you know how you always finds their luck some way or another. But I think this is a year che andiamo a sbancare lo stadio.
Yeah.
I believe it firmly. I also see a potential for 15 points, if not a realistic 12 or 13.
So back to the Salernitana. If you remember last year, I mean, a complete blowout. First game, 4-0. Second game, Salernitana went up on us. It was like a close game. We won it late, 2-1.
Yeah, Carlos Perez.
If Salernitana comes out and they park the bus and they kind of wait, could be tough for us. So I think Roma has to come out. They got to score early, and then once they score, it's over. It's 4 or 5 nothing.
I agree with that 100%. I think, what we have going in our favor for those games that are blocked are the set pieces. Now we have Pellegrini and Dybala, meaning if it's in the right, middle, left, doesn't make a difference. We have someone that can take them. And even more than that are the corners. Tammy, Smalling, Ibanez, Matic, Ibanez, Mancini, Kumbula. We got all 6'3" and above. They're going to be giants descending on the opposing defenders. So
Yeah, this is gonna be an exciting season. I feel like a lot of games you're just like, oh, what's gonna happen here? You're gonna tie, win. I feel like that sensation.
we have those
is over.
difference makers with Dybala who can resolve a game like that. Zaniolo, healthy, it's going to be a new Zaniolo who has that ability too. You know,
What are your expectations,
realistically,
realistically?
I think top 3 spot.
Top 3?
I think we fight for 2nd or 3rd place. Scudetto, I want to believe it, but we know how things work in Italy. Also, you know, putting aside all that
I mean,
nonsense.
I believe the worst team in like the last 10 years won the Scudetto last year.
No, exactly, and they finished 23 points, or that right, 23
Yeah.
points ahead of us. So it's a little
But
unrealistic.
that's why it's important that they come out and they
Start.
take care of business. First 5 games, and then we go into that November weird World Cup break.
Yeah, we have this Winter World Cup, and no one knows how that's going to affect the teams. Luckily, we have an Italian-heavy team, and the Italians, I don't know if you guys know this, we're protesting the World Cup on humanitarian
I
grounds.
love it. Yeah.
So
Good
we'll
call
have
by
a
them.
lot of good group to practice with over those 2 months.
I'm hoping Tammy joins them.
He might.
And
No,
develop-
he's
and
a
develop.
he's a very sensible young man.
Yeah.
Should we do some season-long predictions?
Sure.
Where do you see Milan? They've done nothing this offseason.
Well,
They signed De Ketelaere for
yeah,
35
They
million.
got Florenzi back, right?
It's big.
They got Mkhitaryan,
He
right?
went to Inter.
Oh, he went to Inter, right? Yeah.
Now, they signed Origi on a free transfer, and this De Ketelaere guy who they paid a ton for.
They're going to coast on the Scudetto win. I actually don't think they will finish in top 4.
Yeah, I'm going to say a top 4 finish just because that's the way things work in Italy. Next in line, Inter.
But you know what? I believe this is the beginning of the downfall of AC Milan and the rise of Monza.
They're splashing some cash. aren't
Splashing
they?
some cash. It's going to be this huge shift, power shift now.
How about Inter? Last year it was their Scudetto to lose. They lost it in a spectacular fashion. First half of the transfer window, you know, they signed Mickey, they brought back Lukaku, Bellanova from Cagliari, Aslani from Empoli, but then everything stopped.
I think the magic's done over there too. I'm
I-
not feeling it.
I
I'm
think
not feeling like Lazio. It's over.
lots of
Right.
stuff.
Napoli.
We're not talking
Napoli.
bottom. We're not
Napoli.
talking relegation.
Napoli
Virgie.
imploded. Honestly, I think the top 4 are going to be brand new teams that won't be the regular sort of guys, except for Roma, because Roma hasn't been in the top 4 either.
I mean, I would love to see that. One team I would watch out for is Atalanta that are not in Europe this year. I don't think the magic is gone there. And with only 1 game a week, I think they could be super, super dangerous. Okay, I think Inter is a Scudetto favorite, and I'm going to begrudgingly pick them to win. If you look at their roster, it's just superstar after superstar. We have to see what goes on with Skriniar. Does he go to PSG? How they replace him? I don't know, but right now they're the favorite. Number 3, Juve, Fangulo. Where do you see them?
Yeah, they'll finish top 4. They always do.
I will agree with that for the same reason. I think this is the worst Juve team since Calciopoli, but I said that last season too when they managed to worm their way into the top 4.
I mean, they chased away one of the best players over the past 10 years.
I mean,
Makes no sense.
They lost Dybala, they lost Bernardeschi, which is really addition by subtraction. They lost Morata, who just scored 3 against them in a friendly.
Wow.
They lost Chiellini, which, you know, he's 45 years old, but he's a leader on the team. So, yeah, they have 5 big losses. They have Pogba, who personally I consider a finished player. He's only thinking about the World Cup.
Yeah.
He's out for the next 6 weeks, I think. Is that right? Again, they're going to finish in the top 4 because they have to, but I think they're terrible. Number 4, Napoli. You want me to take this one?
You think? Oh, you're saying that you?
No, they were 4th from last year. Where do you think?
Oh, I think they're getting relegated. There's nothing left in that team.
What I will tell you, if there's one coach, you know the saying.
I think like De Laurentiis is like
he's
crashing
he's
that.
packing up shop, isn't he?
Whoa! I'm
He's-
like what he's doing over there. It's crazy.
You know, they say in Italy, who's going to be the first coach to eat the panettone at home, meaning who's going to get fired by Christmas. I think Spalletti, he might not be the one getting fired, but I think he'll quit.
I actually thought that they might sign Ronaldo, just to make things interesting. I thought that was the team that was going to get him.
Unless he agrees to play for the league minimum, there is no planet, no world ADL is going to shell out $30 million for a player.
No, you know how the leagues, everybody makes deals. I thought maybe there would be some little backdoor deal.
We'll
that
see.
would bring
We'll
him there.
see. Time is running out.
Yeah, he needs
The
to keep-
transfer window's open until September 1st, so we still got two full weeks.
I cannot wait till it's over.
Cannot wait till it's over. I'm sick of it.
All right, so
Did you say where you thought Rome was going to end?
oh,
Scudetto.
good.
Scudetto.
Yeah, I mean, it's in my
And have we booked our flights to Budapest yet for the Europa League final?
not yet, but we're looking at flight costs.
All right, we got to do fast because then those Albanians jacked up all the prices.
Yeah, book my hotel
They,
room
they
now.
canceled your hotel reservation and then charge you 4 times
Can
as
you
much.
imagine? Oh my
So yeah, so league ends early June. We'll be in Rome. We'll be in Budapest for the Europa League final, guys. Now we're gonna take a break in the next couple weeks because
Yeah.
someone's going on vacation.
Yeah,
But we'll be back for the Udinese game.
yeah.
And
Well,
maybe we'll do an Instagram live or
yeah,
something.
or
while
maybe
we're abroad.
before the Juventus game.
What's up?
We'll
We'll
be
see.
back.
We'll see what's going. Maybe Jameson will fill in.
Yeah.
Ragazzi,
All right.
Forza
For
Roma.
this Sunday, there will be people at Grand Cafe, so come on out for the game. You know, good times. All right.
Forza Roma,
Forza Roma,
ragazzi,
ciao.
dai,